put into perspective what this will mean to Bangladeshi cricket. An away victory for the first time in South Africa.
Everyone knows that our strongest format is 50-over format. But to do what they have done this time around in South Africa, this is huge. This is some spectacular performances. I think it's the mental strength of each and every player from Bangladesh. When they came on to wanted to prove a point, and a strong statement already from the skipper before the start of the series to come and win the match and win the keeping. Brilliant. Seamers, the spinners, the experienced campaigners. What about the youngsters? Huge.
Turned away around the corner. They'll pick up a couple here. I think for me, they laid down a marker in that first game because there was no backward step at all. There was a good, solid opening partnership, and then Shakib, he was so important, that attacking innings that set a tone for the way Bangladesh would play cricket. South Africa, stunned by that first game, bounced back at Wanderers. And you almost get a sense of, well, is that normal service resumed? But what Bangladesh have achieved today to come back from what was a pretty comprehensive defeat at Wanderers on Sunday, the single, and then to outplay South Africa in every facet of the game here today. It's not only the winning of the series, but the manner with which they've achieved it today.
Total domination in every department of the game. They need 22 of 169 with 9 wickets in hand. And have a look at what he has batted. How well he has batted. Not a big total to chase. Yes, a bit cautious early on, but then he started to explode with the bat. He just took on every bowler. He hit 4 boundaries of 37 bowlers over.
Yeah, and he's certainly not been curbed by the spin. It's the end of the 22nd, 5 off it. It's 133 for 1.
ক্যালসিয়াম আয়রন আয়োডিন দরকারি সব পুষ্টি উপাদান চপস্টিকে আছে, আর ডিম ও সবজি দিয়েই তো রাখি। হেলথের বিচারে তাই চপস্টিকই ঠিকঠাক। স্বাদ ও স্বাস্থ্য রাখতে ঠিক টেস্টিং সল্ট মুক্ত চপস্টিক।
সিক্সার্স দেখতে তো ভালো, খেতেও ভালো। চকলেট, পিনাট, ক্যারামেল ও নোগাটের দারুণ কম্বিনেশন এলো সিক্সার্স চকলেট কোটেড বার। পুরোটাই এনার্জি।
গোলাপি নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স
নন-স্টপ স্ট্রিমিং করার এখনই সময়।
It might be negative away from him. I'll get to this point in a moment. Here's Maharaj. Surely it all revolves around Mount Maunganui. Once they beat New Zealand in New Zealand conditions in a test match there, then the realization was, we can do that, we could probably do it anywhere in the world.
And they were missing players in that particular test match. And you're spot on, right?
Comfortably played. There's an air of inevitability about proceedings at the moment. South Africa with ones available for the 2 Bangladeshi left-handers. It's almost futile in the sense of their body language suggests they know it's done. It's just they'd obviously want to fight and trying to put a little bit of pressure on these 2 Bangladeshi players, but it's almost, how do you go about it? It's almost impossible when it's just 20 wanted off as many as 166 balls. So emphatic has been the victory.
Yeah, as we heard Pamya Mangwa saying that it has been a one-sided affair. It has been, to be very, very honest, especially in this match. And the way they started this series with the bang, same menu. Wow! It's just been incredible phase for Bangladesh to take one step at a time. And when you get into a position when you know that you can dominate, then they have not taken a back step.
I remember speaking to Russell Domingo before the very first game of the series and said, you've got a lot of experience, 200 plus matches in ODI cricket. I'll get to that in a moment. It's short, it's pulled away, there's a man out there, it should just be one. But the fact that they've been to South Africa before and been on the back end of defeats, is there scar tissue there, or is that the experience? And he said, I'll have that experience every time, and so it's proved.
experience. It brings so much to the team. And they were the underdogs. We were not sure whether they'll be able to do so well in this series. My word, incredible. 137 for 1.
আরে রেজা ভাই, কতদিন পর।
জাহিদ ভাবি, ট্যাক্সের ব্যাপারে আপনার পরামর্শ লাগবে।
কিন্তু রেজা ভাই, আপনি সব সময় আমাকে জাহিদ ভাবি বলে ডাকেন। আমারও কিন্তু একটা নাম আছে, সামিনা।
তোমার জন্য স্পেশাল কার্ড।
এখন থেকে তুমি জাহিদ ভাবি নয়, সামিনা নামেই উজ্জ্বল হবে।
রিন আপনার কাপড়কে করে উজ্জ্বল, এবার নিজের নামকে উজ্জ্বল করুন রিন নাম করা নারীর সাথে।
Pulling one back, big margin, but 7 wickets. But what about the third and the final, the decider?
And what it's also going to do is create immense expectation for the possibility of a test victory as well, because it's a very real prospect given the pitches that they're going to be playing on down in Durban and Aberga, formerly Port Elizabeth, pitches that tend to be lower and slower, perhaps more subcontinental in texture and condition than anywhere else in South Africa. Here's Shamsi.
They played like tigers.
An apt name, isn't it?
Let's just throw that name out of the way. Underdogs.
Never again. Ristoli off the outside edge, drawn up a little bit but sent back.
And it's such a good feeling to see what Bangladesh did in the first match, yes, but to repeat it and do it in this kind of a fashion, it's even brilliant. It's magnificent. Just shows the character, as I said earlier, the mental strength to be able to achieve what they have achieved on this tour. And have a look at the fans. They've come in big numbers. The family members, look at him. He's just very, very happy. Now Shoaib Ali, he's everywhere. What a moment for them.
It's great when you can do it away from home in front of so many fans, and they have come packed in here to Supersport Park. They've made the noise.
Today, he was literally unplayable. Taskin Ahmed, 5 for 35. He's just been very good in all departments of the game. It's not about one or two players. Everyone has put their hands up. If there's an opportunity, I'm going to go do my best.
I think you're 100% spot on. There's stars that have really stood up and perhaps done a little bit more of them in a moment. But essentially, there's stars that have really stood up and perhaps done a little bit more of them in a moment. But essentially, there's stars that have really stood up and perhaps done a little bit more.
And there will be rich dividends paid when you have worked hard for something like that.
There's the name Tuskin. You'll see 5 times as he knocked the stuffing out of the upper and middle order. And that's what set South Africa back. There he is, the hero of the hour, man of the moment. Here he is, the drag on from a firm-footed Verena. That was number 1. The extra bounce saw the end of Yanaman Malan. A flailing blade from Pretorius, all a little bit wide, but that probing length. Miller hurried by the pace and bounce down the leg side. And then Rabada. A flailing blade from Pretorius, all a little bit wide, but that probing length. Miller hurried by the pace and bounce down the leg side. And then Rabada caught behind off a beauty that moved away.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. He's been absolutely magnificent. With the ball. He had a ball with the ball.
Didn't he just? I think he wants to just roll this one up here at Supersport Park and take him wherever it goes in the world, because he fancies this pitch. Down the leg side, very fine help on its way. Ground to be made, it won't be. Another boundary to Shakib, and Bangladesh get ever closer. It's 147 for one. They need just 8. Merest of deflections, just helped it on its way. Fist pump just says, we're nearly home, team. We're nearly home, partner. Just needs 8 more.
Yes, so many times in the past, the men in the middle, Tamim Iqbal and Shakib Al Hassan, have done wonders with the bat. Make no mistake. But this is something very, very special because it's never been done before.
Trophies, series winner, player of the series, a player of the match. Ngidi, check drive, away for 1.
And they'll all be feeling a lot relieved. The dressing room, yes, the skipper himself contributing with the bat. Millions back home will be just waiting to start the celebration. What about him? Russell Domingo, the head coach of Bangladesh, must be a very, very happy person at this stage of the game. What a moment will it be for him and his team and Bangladesh.
Worked away from fairly straight down towards long leg. I suppose there may, for Russell Domingo, just be a little bit of a hint of mixed feelings, given that he coached South Africa and is obviously from these parts, but he's done a wonderful job in getting Bangladesh probably more, not so much about their ability, but just to harness that ability and get that belief to the level where they now know that they can play and win just about anywhere. 6 to get.
Yeah, what this performance will also do, Brett, to Bangladesh team is that what you mentioned earlier about the 2 test matches that they will play against South Africa, they will start to have that belief that yes, we've now won the series for the very first time in South Africa against South Africa. So it's about time to go and win test matches in South Africa.
They're not there yet, but there's just a relaxed confidence and a smile that's already come. They know it's inevitable now. They can't lose 9 wickets for 6 rounds. 5 to get as they trot through for a single. Tamim has played so well this game. It's fitting that he'll be there. The leader that they believe at the helm could do this, and he's talked his team up. They've got to the 150 mark now. They are packed in, are the Bangladeshi fans on that western bank, and they are not going to leave until the very moment. They will celebrate long into the night here at Supersport Park. Now it's just a boundary away from the win, and will it be Tamim Iqbal who hits the winning runs, that wins the match, and that wins Bangladesh's first ever ODI series in South Africa?
They created history in the very first game. Around the world, they created even a bigger one here by winning and also by winning the series.
Six overs done. It's 151 for 1. Almost looks like a big Bangladeshi flag in the sky.
Different colours though.
No, different colours, but it's